What's up, everybody? It's Make It Make Sense. And yo, this was not what I expected today at all. So go ahead and hit that like button. We got a lot to get into, and y'all know I've already been doing a mini deep dive. So, like the video as the intro plays. This is bad.
Make it make sense.
Person I follow, what is it called? Make It Make Sense. There's a little guy, Make It Make Sense.
Are you being nice
Well,
tonight?
a great media outlet, make that make sense. Okay. Shout out to Mr. Make It Make Sense.
Make it make sense. You knew what was up.
Big Mims. Surfer. Make it make sense. Tell me how you squeeze it. Make it make sense. Tell me about the things that you see. Make it make sense. Tell me about the things of your dreams. Hey, let me work out all the things in between. Make it make sense. Tell me how you squeeze it. Make it make sense. Tell me about the things that you see. Make it make sense. Tell me about the things of your dreams. Hey, let me work out all the things in between. Make it make sense.
Yo, look at your man French Montana's feet.
Hell, stop, bro.
Hey, yo, you got some pretty feet, man. Hey, yo, pause, but your feet are pretty as a mother, but you got like...
Okay, y'all. Sorry about that. I know the sound was a little bit off. Technical difficulties. This is bad. But before we even get into it, because I'm sure some of you guys have already seen the video, I've been looking at different angles. Y'all know how my mind works. For one, Funky Dineva said this, and it makes a lot of sense. And remember this. He says, Christian Keys needs to say who it is before people start attacking the wrong person. I don't necessarily agree with this. I think Christian Keys needs to say who it's not, because anybody who has heard this, and when you are about to hear it, it just gives you Medea. Now, I'm going to put my allegedly banner up, but for those of you guys who have seen it, it's giving Medea. So Funky, I think he had the right track. If you are a business associate of Tyler Perry, he is one. Very few people know billionaires. Let's start there. Very few people know billionaires. So if you happen to work with one and you are making some allegations, then you probably need to say it's not the billionaire who is in my orbit, or else the general consensus is going to look at him. Somebody said Roger Bob. Allegedly. So he broke the internet, y'all. I have talked to 2 attorneys today about my Diddy story. So I thought that's what I was going to be giving you guys. I had no idea that he was going to do this. So shout out to It's Only Entertainment. We're going to review this, but we're going to review it and we're going to look at certain things that he said and we're going to dissect them. What in the chat? I just got here. What is in the chat about Robert Smith? You got to ask the chat. But again, very few people know billionaires and have billionaires in their orbit. Now, he's an actor, but a lot of his work has been through Tyler Perry's studio. So we don't really know who he's talking about, but y'all know how the straight shooters do it. So like this video and let's get started.
Opportunity to connect with you. Please forgive my sins, my shortcomings, my bad decisions, and my mistakes. Please continue to guide and protect us as only you can. Everybody that's watching, it's not a presentation. If I see 11:11, try to have another conversation with God. So thank you, Heavenly Father. I appreciate you. We love you. We thank you. In Jesus Christ's name we pray, amen. That's interesting. But there are people that will and have and will continue to, unfortunately.
Oh, hold on. Before we get into this, Robert Smith, he's already on my list. This is Robert Smith. We're going to get to him in a minute. Okay? We're going to get to him because he threw out a whole lot of accusations and it points the fingers at a lot of different people, but we're going to get to it.
Offer these things. And some of them are your heroes. some of them are people who you're like, oh yeah, such and such is amazing, and he does this and he does that. Yeah, but he also does this and that. I at some point soon it's gonna have to come out. I've kept one of these on me since 05. Whether it's a keychain recorder or a pen, because most predators would check your phone.
Okay, so right away, he has a recorder. This changes everything. Y'all know I keep an attorney on speed dial. It was very shrewd of him to record. However, there could be some legal challenges to him having that recorder, especially if it was in Atlanta. Georgia prohibits the use of a camera without the consent of all persons observed to observe, photograph, or record the activities of another which occur in any private place and out in public view. There's another one, though, that I have. Let me see. I have it right here. Here we go. It is illegal under Georgia's wiretapping and eavesdropping statutes to record an oral or telephone conversation without the consent of at least one party. Now, he says that he has all his ducks in a row. I'm just giving you guys the whole spread because that's what we do around here. We don't just listen. We give you the whole spread.
And once the sexual harassment started, I was like, well, I got to protect me because I'm saying no. And I don't want this person, as powerful as they are, to try to get in the way of my work. So I started recording. So I have them offering me money to take my clothes off.
Someone said, except if there's a crime. Right, but all of the recordings weren't a crime. I believe this man. I'm just giving you guys the full spread and how somebody could come back and say it's not admissible. Plus, later on, he even says, I know the statute has run out. So to me, I think he needs to tell his story. But do I think that he is signaling that he wants this settled even before? Absolutely. I think that the recordings up the ante, and just hearing the voice would destroy whomever this is in the court of public opinion. He's very smart for recording. I am a person who 99% of the time believes victims, and I'm a person who believes that men can be victimized. And if this man was victimized, his story deserves to be told.
I have recordings when I wasn't working with them or for them. I have recordings of them confessing that, you know, the other guys that they have on the payroll, all the above. And the difference is, the wonderful thing about confidentiality agreements and non-disclosure agreements is that they can't prevent you from turning all of those things over to the police, because sexual harassment is a crime. Attempted sexual assault is a felony. And Tams, you literally just asked, why do we as Black people have to deal with that? But sometimes it's our own people. Sometimes it's our own heroes. Sometimes it's the very people we deify. And we look up like, oh, they're doing so much. They're doing so much. No, they're also doing this. And my only reservation about naming the people, you know, there was directors along the way like, hey, you know, you read for this, that, and the
Somebody says he doesn't have a reason to lie. He's a working actor. He's been in many movies and TV shows. Not only that, but he's also the creator of All the King's Men. So he's an actor and he's also an executive. I told you guys I've been deep diving. You know, All the Queen's Men with Eva and the strippers? That's his show. Additionally, he wrote the book and shopped it for years. I told you a deep dive I've been on.
other. You want to come back up to the apartment? I'm like, nah, I'm good. You got my headshot, my resume, and I'm good. You know if I can handle that or not. You know I can kill that, but I don't need to come up to your apartment. We already had the audition. There's other people that I want to say everything, and my brother was like, nah, not yet. I want to tell it on the mountain, over the hills, and everywhere. I want to speak on it. And the good news is,
now, y'all, I will say this. He is an actor through and through. He's given us a whole monologue. He has he's definitely an actor. He has given us, he'll give it to you in the face, the way that he emphasizes certain words. I believe him. I'm not saying that he's acting and lying. I'm just saying he has given us a full show with this. And however you choose to tell your story, however you choose to come for it, I'm here for it. And I can't wait till he drops those audio recordings so that we can discuss it. Because people in these predatory positions of power feel like they can just do whatever that they want. And more often than not, your money can probably buy somebody. But what we are seeing here in Christian, who's somebody who started this with a prayer, is saying, I cannot be bought. And I'm here for it.
That they don't even have to believe me. Hopefully they would, but even if they don't, they can hear this person. Since sexual harassment started, I've carried many recorder devices on me, keychains, pens, thumb drives with a charged battery that get 6, 7, 8 hours, all the above. So I have the conversations. I really want to air that shit out because it bothers me when I'm alone at night. Like, man, the world is celebrating this person and they don't even know the shady and predatory way in which this person moves. And the way that, you know, predators resent the prey that gets away. So when you don't say yes, when you don't say, okay, I'll acquiesce, and, you know.
No, it has not been, he hasn't said it yet. We're going to get to it, but he's talking about actually going to the police with these recordings. What I mentioned about Tyler Perry was he did not say it wasn't Tyler Perry. And if it's not Tyler Perry and you are the one billionaire who has been in his orbit since 2006, 2005, it will be one of those things where you might want to, if you have a good working relationship and this man never did this to you. That's what I was saying. But no, he has not confirmed it.
Sign up and literally and figuratively play ball. Because if we're not doing that, they resent you. This is a conversation we're going to have, and we're going to have soon, because it bothers me in my spirit that I can forgive people. That's one thing. But yeah, we don't play ball. That's my brother in there. And he knows the real deal. He knows the who. I'm good. Somebody said, you don't look okay. I'm okay. I have peace. I'm literally strategically planning my next 8 moves. I'm good. God got me, because he was watching when I was offered these opportunities and I didn't say yes. I didn't sell my soul or my ass. Excuse my French, y'all.
Somebody says, I wonder why he chose to do a rollout. If you know that, or if the predator knows that they have tried on multiple occasions to do something inappropriate with you, and you come out 15 years later, because he said a decade and a half, you come out 15 years later and you say, I have recordings of all of it, it is a signal. It's a signal that you better figure something out quick. Now, if we hear of a settlement before anything even happens, because there's a money trail that people can follow, then we'll kind of have a clue. I think that this man is going to come for it either way.
Hopefully y'all have no kids around, but I didn't sell nothing for success. It's like, nah, that's not what I want. You know, I ain't into that. I ain't into dudes. I got an only beard in the bed policy. Mine is the only beard in the bed. Yeah, we ain't doing none of that. I don't get out like that. And these people kept on for years. Sexual harassment is a crime. Attempted sexual assault is a felony. And where I'm at now is that in the middle of the night, I think about, if I'm brave enough to name the person, I'll take a polygraph live. I'll take 5 polygraphs live. And I'll pass all of them because it's the truth. This person is a predator, and he's one of several. And it's a shame, man. But I think it's time.
So, y'all, I'm a pop culture person. I absorb everything. We're going to go over a few things. Do you guys remember when he was accused of homophobia? This was a couple years ago. Let me show you guys. He was accused of homophobia because this is what he had to say. The actor who plays Charlie Riggs in BT's In Contempt is tired of gay men sending him direct messages on Instagram. He also hates it when guys leave comments in his feed using the eggplant emoji. So a few days ago, he took to Instagram to demand for it to stop ASAP. This might get me in trouble, but oh well, he said. I got nothing but love for all our brothers and sisters in the gay community, period. It ain't my business. That's between you, who you love, and God. He continued, with that being said, and respecting each other's truth, if I respect yours, you respect mine. Gentlemen, let's not be in the comment section with the eggplant emojis and the sexual comments. I'm not a fan of that. I appreciate you supporting my work, but let's not be in the DMs with, hey, sexy, what's up, what's good. So again, if I respect your truth, you respect mine. Respect people's truths. Nobody needs to be harassing nobody. It's too much. It's aggressive. So now that we know that he has gone through these things with studio people, it puts a different perspective on what he had to say, in my opinion, because now he has established and he's telling everybody it's harassment. This was years ago before he'd even decided to do this. So he did get backlash for homophobia, but if you get into the mind of somebody who has been harassed, like every woman does not want every man. Every man does not want every man. You know what I mean? So get into his mind. If he's been a victim of that, and now multiple people, because he is a beauty brand. I'm sure he wouldn't like me saying beauty brand, but he has gotten this far based on his looks. And when you watch this clip, when people start talking about him and they call him a pretty boy, he gets very upset. He's triggered by it. So now I'm thinking he was also triggered by people in his comments and multiple men coming on to him. Everybody is not cool with everything. Every man does not want every woman to come onto him. Every man does not want every man to come onto him. Like, he's establishing that he's not okay with certain things. I thought that you guys needed to see that if you didn't remember it or if you never heard that.
I want to, and I know, P, I know you're on here. I want to say everything now. And I have proof. It's not like I'm just making false accusations. I intentionally let the statute of limitations expire. It's not about money, but I'm going to have to take the receipts, the recordings down to the police department and let them hear this individual. I wasn't working for him in the month and the year that he showed up to my apartment and offered me $100 grand to take my clothes off. He said, I don't even need to touch you. I just want to see you naked. I declined because, again, scenic route. I got my integrity with me. I'll take the long way around. But being that I wasn't working with him and we were in my apartment, he had visited my apartment to offer me a job of this fall because the lead of this particular project was going to do something else. So he needed another lead. I recorded it because I didn't trust him. And I told him over and over, and he still always tried shit.
Now, I want to say this. I think he's actually doing and saying this about multiple people in the industry. I don't think that he is only doing this for the alleged billionaire. I would not be surprised if it has been many men in the industry who have tried. So he's talking about, I believe he's in LA. When I looked at his stuff, I think he resides in LA and he's from Detroit. So I'll have to talk to the attorney about if you can record somebody, but this is in his home. So that is a whole different, I say drop all the receipts, drop everything, Christian, live your best life, and then do civil suits if you can.
Just try shit. So if people don't believe me, they can hear him in his voice. I have always kept something on me. Always, even if my phone is off. Something else is, if I'm around somebody that has tried to sexually harass me, pressure me, intimidate me into some nonsense, I've always kept something on me so I can protect myself. Because if they're that powerful and they feel that entitled, then they can also try to get in the way of your work.
Doesn't that sound like a director trying to groom? Like these directors have this sense of always setting up a scene. So you know this man is straight. You go to his home to offer him work and you say, I don't want to touch you. I just want to see you naked. you're testing the waters. That's grooming somebody. You have this role, like a lead role right here, and you're saying, if you do this for me, you can get that role, but I'm not really even going to touch you. I know you're not like that. So then the next step would be, once you have that role, it's going to be, well, you did this. If you want to keep this role, if you don't want to be written out of the script moving forward, or if you don't want to be replaced, you're going to need to do more. That's how they groom people. Diva Dawn says, I believe him. God's exposing evil like never before. Thank you, Diva Dawn. I appreciate you for your support. Stacey Galore says, woo child, Madea going to jail for real. Allegedly. We don't know if it's Madea, but we do know that Madea is a billionaire in his orbit. And I have some more stuff. We're not just going to be watching him. Around here, we do more. We don't just watch. We put stuff together. So if you're new to the channel, subscribe. We're well on our way to 100K straight shooters, which is crazy. And if you are new to the channel, go ahead and hit that like button. We got about 2,000 people watching.
I want to speak on it. I also want to keep making great things and creating jobs and opportunities. But, oh no, I got backups for the backups for the backups for the backups. I've watched way too many Jason Bourne movies not to have 15 backups. I can press play and you can hear the person and you'll know immediately who the person is that's offering me $100,000 a strip. You'll know right away and it'll break your heart. I won't have to say the person's name, but I can and I will. I don't mind doing a polygraph or 3 or 5 on live TV, and I'll pass all of them because it's the truth. This industry is something else. It's wonderful, and we get to chase our dreams, and we get to live other lives. I get to be a judge or an FBI agent. I get to be a girl dad. And some of the people that you think are your mentors are literally and figuratively just trying to fuck you. I have documentation from the dealership for the car that they tried to buy as an apology for.
Thank you.
Offering me $100,000 a strip. It's time. I really want to.
They tried to buy him a car.
Offering me $100,000 a strip. It's time. I really want to. And some of the people that you think are your mentors are literally and figuratively just trying to fuck you. I have documentation from the dealership for the car that they tried to buy as an apology for. Offering me $100,000 a strip. It's time. I really want to just clear the air because I'm tired. And then where I'm at now, if it still feels like that person is fucking with you just to fuck with you, just to mess with you. The industry can be wonderful. I'm grateful. Be clear that this person showed me how not to be. When I'm a boss, people get daps and church hugs. The attractive women that work on even on my shows, my productions, they get daps and church hugs. That's it. Because this person showed me how not to be when I'm in charge and when I built something and when I created something. I hear you, bro.
So y'all know I'm a big proponent for therapy. I'm not diagnosing him, but I will say that when you have PTSD about something, you are acutely aware of things that are similar to that situation. So if he has been harassed, now that he's in the position of power, he stays 100 feet away. He's always aware. When people say they're suing you for, distress and emotional issues, that's the kind of stuff they're talking about. A normal person isn't thinking about that. A person who has been, I don't want to say it, a person who has not experienced abuse is not thinking like that. A person who has is acutely aware of their surroundings all the time, and it's not fair to them. You have taken away some form of their innocence, some form of the way that they just converse, the way that they engage people. That's not right. Now, I'm not saying he has PTSD. What I am saying is that is a sign when you are acutely aware because you have been damaged in that way.
For now, I'm gonna be cool. I'm gonna dial it back. You get on my nerves because I know you're right, but it's in my fucking bone marrow and I'm tired of this person gallivanting around doing these PR stunts. Oh, I'm gonna do this and I'm gonna do that and I'm gonna do that. Well, then speak on, if you're gonna have,
Woo!
We're gonna have a conversation, y'all, really soon. Really, really soon. Really soon. And I thank God that he made me the way that I am, because I know he sat back and watched, like, what are you gonna do? Like, are you going to acquiesce and take this movie that's gonna make 60, 70, 80 million dollars? Are you gonna take this picture? Are you gonna go to that late night audition, that late night table read? No, you ain't built me like that. I mean, beat, shot at, stomped out more than most of the people that are here on this live put together. P, I'm gonna call you in a minute. I'm not gonna do it. I'm not gonna air it out, but I'm so fucking close because I'm tired. I'm tired.
Somebody keeps throwing
And it
in.
needs to be told.
Somebody keeps throwing out Roger Bob's name. Y'all remember Demetria's boyfriend, her forever boyfriend from RHOA? He's only worth 10 million. Now, I mean, we're talking billions. Roger Bob is very wealthy, but he's worth 10 million, not in the billions. So I don't know if he's even an option.
And the bad part is I'm gonna be painted as the villain when I was the one that was sexually harassed for years, bullied, intimidated, and sexually harassed for years. And I'm gonna be painted as the villain because y'all have deified this person.
I don't think so. Not in today's age.
And
I
then
think people.
if a person tells you over and over, first of all, in general, you have no right to touch anybody. None. Now, that's why I'm careful. Like when I do my shows and everything, you know, it says church hugs. I put the veils on and I kiss people on the hair up here. Nothing sexual, nothing weird, nothing crazy. And I'm trusting that, you know, the fans will receive that out of a place of love and connection. But you are not allowed to touch somebody without their permission. Not allowed to try to touch them in a sexual or private place without their permission. And if they've already declared, like, hey, bro, I get that that's your thing, but I like black women and Hennessy. And so miss me with the bullshit, because I'm never going to be open to that. I'm never going to swing at that pitch. Like I'm batting for this team over here. God made ovaries and fallopian tubes and vagina, labia majora, labia minora, uterus. It's just wonderful over here. So I'm gonna stay over here, like chill. And then this person still tries to grab you, physically grab you. Cassie speaking out has reminded me about not just me, because it was brutal going through it, because it lasted for years, but her speaking out, people need to know. And the funny thing is, predators like that, they resent the prey that got away. They resent the prey that got away, the prey that didn't fold, the prey that didn't acquiesce and say, okay, you know what? I'm gonna go ahead and take this L and sacrifice my morals for this opportunity. Nah.
Not only do they resent them, a lot of times they don't get work, or they really try to mess up their career in general. They get blackballed.
That was around the time that I was considering going back to Michigan, 08, 09, because work was slow and the work that was coming was offered with a side of penis.
I do think he's talking about multiple people. Lee Daniels could not be in the billionaire status. Y'all remember Lee Daniels couldn't even pay 50 Cent back that, I think it was like $1 million that he had just borrowed.
And yeah, that don't do nothing for me. I'm batting for y'all team. So yeah, at some point soon, I've spoken with my attorney trying to figure out how to deal with it. It's never been about money. I literally intentionally let the statute of limitations pass. It's not about money or being able to sue. But at some point, really soon.
Oh, my bad. It was Dame Dash. Thank you,
the
guys.
report is going to be filed, and I'll turn over
It was
the
Dame
recordings
Dash.
of the inappropriate behaviors and inappropriate offers, and I'll turn over the paperwork for the car that was bought as an apology for offering me $100,000 to take my clothes off. And y'all can hear him. His voice is very distinctive. And I want to empty. I'm tired of carrying this shit. There's a reason now why I fight more than ever when somebody wrongs me, and why I almost too aggressively speak up is because I wasn't brave enough to then. And I regret not being able to be strong enough, and I resent that part of me that wasn't strong enough to speak up about it. It's taking everything in me not to air out everything and put all the recordings online.
Somebody said, is it Diddy?
PDFs online.
I don't know, but y'all, I have found another potential freak off person. That video was supposed to be now, but this took precedent. But I've now talked to the attorneys. That will be coming out. I doubt it'll be today, so it'll have to be tomorrow. But that is coming out. I have found a whole new alleged freak out person, I think. So we'll get into that.
There's no reason that this person's company would be on the bill of sale for a vehicle unless it's right after the timestamp recording of him offering me $100 grand to take my clothes off. He said, I don't have to touch you. I just want to see you naked. I'm like, the fuck?
Again,
Like,
grooming.
no, I'm not into that. I don't
Grooming.
fuck around like that. I don't do that. What the fuck? What? Leave. Get the fuck out. Get the fuck out. Get out. I thought you were my brother and my friend. And this definitely has nothing to do with my brother who's in here. Be clear. I thought this person was a brother type figure, a mentor type figure. But for you to continuously throw these opportunities, you know good and damn well, all it ever was you pretending to be a mentor, trying to get some ass. That'll never happen. I don't bat for that team. Yeah, but I gotta get off of here and talk to my brother because I'm so fucking close to just airing everything out. I'm just dumping everything online in the morning. I'm tired, man. I'm not forgiving myself.
When people say that, when people talk about Cassie, the first thing I think about is situations like this, because he felt violated. He didn't feel like he had the power to go up against a major person. And y'all can say what y'all want about Cassie, but she set the dominoes to fall for so many other people with coming forward. That's why I don't understand when people give Cassie such a hard time. Cassie walked so people like Christian could run, so people like Diddy's other alleged victims can run. It gives power to people who have felt powerless.
I didn't do anything wrong. I wasn't brave enough back then because somebody said, forgive yourself. KG, it's heavy on my heart, man, and I'm tired. And we around here deifying people that go out and do this, and I'm gonna do this, and I'm gonna pay off this, and I'm gonna pay off that, and I'm gonna pay off that. But at the same time, these same people are predators. I'm not blaming myself for saying no. I'm not blaming myself for almost quitting acting. I'm just mad at me for not being brave enough to say something sooner. That's the only thing that I regret. I wish I'd have been brave enough. I'm him now. I know who I am. I know who God built me to be. And I'm not afraid of those consequences. My concern is that a lot of y'all are going to be like, man. And your immediate reaction is going to be like, oh, well, we got to protect our deity. We got to protect. It's going to have to happen. I'm interested to see which peers are mad at me because it may interfere with their work. But yeah, you get a grown ass man that knows that you're heterosexual and you're sleeping off Hennessy in his guest room because he says it's safe. Because I know I'm bent, so I'm after a big party. Won't say what type, won't say where. I'm asleep. I'm
Now, y'all, I will say this. I remember Eva and Lance, I think his name is Lance Gross, coming out and saying that their boss, Mr. Perry, would throw these extremely lavish parties, or he would fly them out to, like exotic places. And he would just say, go downstairs and you can just get some money for shopping. So you could go downstairs and just sign out that you wanted a couple thousand, 5,000, 10,000, and just to go shopping. He does throw big parties. But again, we don't know that it's Tyler. He just has not said it's not Tyler, which is very telling in itself.
Go on, because I'm 4-5 Hennessy's deep and not short Hennessy's either. And this dude tries to climb into bed with you. So you spaz out, push him out, like, what the fuck? Get ready to leave. He apologizes, blame it on the alcohol. And you try to forgive him. So you're like, all right, man. All right, I'm going. You shake his hand on the way out, and he tries to grab your penis. He tries to shake and grab your equipment. And you spaz even more. Like, what the fuck you doing, man? What the fuck? Oh, my bad. So you go to leave, he tries to do it again. Now, at that point, my only regret is not breaking multiple bones in this person's face.
No, Lance Gross didn't say anything negative.
Dog shit out of this person, right? Because that's available to me at all times. That inner grizzly bear is always available, but in the moment, I'm like, what the fuck? And But you got a guy that's a billionaire, and I got $3 grand in my bank account. Who are you gonna believe? Right? I got that $3 grand. That's my son's mom's rent for next month. You know, gotta make sure little man's taken care of.
Oh, we got some super chats. Wu Chow, Medea going to jail for real. Thank you, Stacy. Lucky Libra, thank you so much for the super sticker. Could be lots of suspects from Will Smith to Lee Daniels. Pray then hustle. Thank you so much. Fame Thurman, if it's not TP, he needs, I guess you mean he needs to say that because all these Scooby-Doo clues are on my nerves. Get a lawyer and file a lawsuit. Get your justice. Thank you, Fame. It's Rochelle. He gonna give a lot of clues. Be patient, and I've worked on those clues already. We're gonna review them. Thanks for that. It's Rochelle. My sweet Nana, you're doing such a great job with your channel. Thank you so much, Nana. Kel Green, Mims, we need a list of billionaires. I'm working on it. I have some already here. Once he talks about it, we'll talk about them.
That's my rent, and that's a little bit for the gas tank, and the rest of it I can go to the dollar store and get some bread and bologna and hot dogs and mustard, and you know I can get by. Work was slow, and a lot of the work that was coming was it had penis attached to it. I'm like, fuck that, man. That's not what I want. That's not what I'm about to do. I regret not speaking up then, not being brave enough to, and I regret not hurting this person because I had a big heart. Mother had a big heart. Mother's heart was as big as Flemish. She was like a little yellow boy. You can come and you can be a part of my family. And I always try to think about things, you know, and not lash out, even though I wanted to, even though I want to. I'm mad at me for not hitting him. I'm mad at me for not speaking up and saying something. Because between that year and now, how many young Black actors have fell for that? How many of them? And you can hear him say it on you can hear him on the conversations. You can hear him on the conversations. You can hear him say that he has multiple guys on payroll, 6 figures a year, that pop up and they do whatever he wants and they go back home. So they pop in, they grab their ankles, they do whatever he wants. And I'm like, I'm not gonna fucking do that. I'm not doing that. I don't want to make it that bad. I want to be able to shave in the fucking morning without any grief or any regret or any shame waiting for me in the mirror.
I believe the conviction in his voice. Now, y'all remember this was a very, very, very weird story a couple years back. I want to share with you guys, see if you all remember it. It was a man, technically it was this man who had, it was such a weird story. Just seeing the picture, y'all probably remember him. This man had gotten into Tyler Perry's office and barricaded himself. It turned out that he worked for Tyler Perry Studios. Do y'all remember this story? And then Tyler Perry was going to sue him. Or Tyler Perry did sue him for like an insane amount of money because he was just a regular day player. But the question was, why would this man barricade himself into your office? And then why did Tyler respond? He responded because there was a lot of gay rumors associated. Here's this man with a bunch of shirtless pictures who's now in your office. So Tyler responded and says, Tyler Perry denies bisexual lover stalked him and broke into the Atlanta studios to hurt him. Let's see. Of course, now it says the page is not responsive. Okay, it says, so I'm sitting in my house in LA minding my own business and I get a call from the president in my studio. He called to tell me that there was an employee at the studio who was behaving strangely. I asked who it was and he said I wouldn't know him because he works in production. Well, he was right. I didn't know him. As much as I try to remember all the employees, it's difficult. Let me help you get a picture of the studio. He goes on, but it was weird that he went this far. It was because there was gay rumors attached to this man who has shirtless pictures who's now in his studios. What's my Instagram name? Make it make sense. Oh, you can follow me on Instagram. I can be a little bit more reckless with the things I say on Insta. We got 3,000 watching, but we don't even have 1,000 likes. Go ahead and hit that like button. But y'all remember the story. Tyler eventually sued that man for $100,000 that he could not afford. The man sued him back and said that Tyler doing that had emotional distress, and that one of Tyler Perry's employees, his boss, had been sexually harassing him, and he wanted to go directly to the boss. Do y'all remember this story? Well, after the man decided to sue him, Tyler drops his case. It was super weird. Atlanta film mogul Tyler Perry drops lawsuit against alleged male stalker after the man filed his lawsuit. Let's continue with. I told you guys we was going to be we're going to be talking about some things today.
There's a trauma that comes with being bullied and intimidated and sexually harassed like that. And the bad part is when the truth comes out, a lot of y'all in here are going to be like, man, I don't believe it. And you can watch me on whatever news station. I'll take polygraphs live on TV. You can hear the recordings yourself. Person has a very distinctive voice when they offer me $100 grand to take my clothes off. Person has a very distinctive voice when they literally sexually assault me and try to grab my private parts, and I'm blocking their hand like, what the fuck are you doing? And he's like, oh, my bad, and tries to do it again. Some of these people are y'all heroes. Some of these people y'all have deified and set up on a stool. It's taking everything in me not to say. But I promise you this. I will promise you this. As an executive on a show, I'm grateful for this person for showing me how not to be. When you're the boss, how not to be. You don't sexually harass your employees. You don't pressure them, bully them, try to intimidate them into what you want. I am grateful for that lesson. I'm glad that God sat back, because not only was he watching to see if I was the person that he thought he had made, but he was letting me see who I am. And I'm grateful for it, because it let me know, and that gave me a lot of my bravery. I thank God that he just sat back and watched. It's going to be a conversation really soon.
Guys, his start of IMDb was Diary of a Mad Black Woman in 2005. It is very telling, in my opinion, because we're all saying everything is alleged. We don't know anything because he hasn't named a name yet. It's very telling that you have a black billionaire that you have a decade and a half worth of experience with, them being your employer, and, you know, helping you get that All the Queen's Men on BET, but you don't say it's not that person. That's just my opinion. It is very telling, but the start of his IMDb was Diary of a Mad Black Woman. Then Madea goes to jail. Lucky Lieber says, if he ends up unalive, we know why. And I emailed you. Somebody hit me up the other day and was like, I hate when people say unalive. It's not a word. YouTube doesn't like certain words. So you'll hear YouTubers using unalive. That's why. Julianne, and thank you for the super chat, Lucky Lieber. Great job on your reporting and deep dive research, ma'ams. We shouldn't pass judgment on Christian names the predators. Hit the like button, people. I agree with you, Julian. Julian, I hope I'm saying that right. And definitely hit that like button. A girl from Texas, 87. I wonder if Wayne Brady is involved in any of these shenanigans. He just came out as pansexual. Just a thought. I love your channel. Now, I am reading that book, Hiding in Hip Hop, and there are some allegations that he might have been in that book. I'm reading that. If you guys don't know, you're new to the channel. I'm reading Hiding in Hip Hop and Erica Kennedy's Bling. Erica Kennedy is the lady who ended up unalived. She was Kim Porter and Kamora Lee's best friend, and she wrote a book allegedly about Diddy and some other bigwigs. I'm reading that. Thanks for the super chat. Let's continue on with what Christian has to say.
And it won't be a conversation or accusations. Again, I let the statute of limitations run out. It's never been about money. My concern is that this person is still doing it. Still a predator. And that's not okay. And I wish I was brave enough to speak up back then. I was worried that he would get in the way and try to interfere with my work. And and try to blackball me because he couldn't ball me. Pun intended. It's going to be a conversation had real soon. The beauty of non-disclosure agreements is that even if you do sign them, you can't speak about certain things, but confidentiality agreements don't, after speaking with several attorneys, they do not prohibit you. They can't prevent you from going to police departments and reporting sexual harassment and giving them your receipts, giving them your recordings, giving them your PDFs. And they don't prevent you from reporting felonies. Sexual harassment is a felony. If you tell a person, if you tell a whole grown man, like, hey, I ain't into dudes, yeah, y'all shut the fuck up. You tell a grown man, I'm not into guys, and he tries to grab your private parts, not once but twice, after trying to climb into bed with you. That is the legal definition of sexual assault.
I'm laughing at the noise in the background. He's getting mad, not what he's saying.
So, yeah. And no, I didn't see that documentary. Yeah, NDA and confidentiality agreement do not cover crimes, and they don't prevent you from taking all your evidence to the police. And then there's a public record. So at some point really soon, this conversation is going to have to happen because it's fucking with me. It's bothering me. And it needs to happen. Y'all going to be disappointed in who it is because y'all been fooled for years. But it's going to have to happen.
Oh, wow. Somebody says it breaks my heart. Brianna says, off subject, it makes me side-eye all male actors who all of a sudden blew up in the industry. Y'all, I did not forget about Brother Bilal coming back on Tasha K. I'm going to also do a video talking about that because he made all kinds of allegations, like Benny Medina, that big shot manager who helped Will Smith blow up. He said in one instance, Benny Medina puckered his lips out for a kiss, and allegedly Will kissed him, and everybody in the room just thought it was normal and didn't say anything. So we got a lot to discuss. It's open season for people getting exposed. Now, those things are all alleged. That is what Brother Bilal is telling. But I'm going to review that whole interview and then bring it to you guys. It's a lot. Y'all remember, Jayza says she's going to be suing him. So, and she said that within, 12 hours of his video dropping with Tasha K. So yeah, people in the industry go through a lot, and we just see a lot of money. People saw Cassie looking so glamorous and beautiful and had no idea she was allegedly getting her behind like beat and kicked and stumped out like she's fighting somebody on the street, with the man who's bringing her to the Met Gala and presenting her like he loves her so much. You never know what's going on behind the scenes with these people or what the cost of fame is.
So, yeah, exactly. You said it. No means no. If I got multiple friends in the industry that are LGBTQ+. I've had drinks with a castmate and his boyfriend. I don't give a fuck who they sleeping with. I don't give a flying fuck at a Rolling Donut who these people are sleeping with. How do you treat me as a human being? That's what matters to me. That'll be the only thing that affects how I treat you. If you're respectful of my boundaries, then I can have a drink with you and your girlfriend or you and your boyfriend. I don't care. I don't have heaven to send you to when you leave here. That's God's job to judge you. But what we not gonna do? Yeah, we're not gonna try to force. Nah, man. It's taking everything in me not to air that out. Everything. I've been carrying this with me for a decade and a half. More. I'm gonna get off of that subject. It's going to be addressed, and it's going to be addressed soon.
Not Wendy, where you at?
Problem with me telling the truth about predators in this industry, then they are truly part of the problem. And I'll say that out front, so that way, when certain people who are worried about their work that are tied to this person or whatever, it's because they're selfish and they're worried about work. You can't treat people like that. And when I'm the boss, when I'm CEO, when I can make any TV show and film that I want, people are going to be able to come work with me and know that they don't have to worry about bullshit. They don't have to worry about opportunities being tied to sexual favors. They don't have to worry about being sexually harassed and intimidated and bullied because they didn't acquiesce to the sexual harassment or the attempted sexual assault or any of that. They're going to be able to show up and work and create amazing and great stuff without that. I was on a show, and if I had done what this actress did, just switching lanes, if I had done what she did, I'd never work again and I'd be in jail. She used to come up and pat me on the jump, like pat my penis, like, oh, okay, I see that print. And I checked her. I grabbed her hand right away, checked her, like, what the fuck are you doing? I didn't, okay, I'll do that shit. I'm going to jail. What are you doing? She did it again. Grabbed her hand. I'm like, stop, that shit ain't funny. We were preparing for a scene. She walks past, cups my equipment, and it's like, oh, you got some girth. When I tell you, had that been a dude, I'd have punched them in their motherfucking mouth. If I behaved like this woman, this particular actress had done, in that moment, I'd be in jail, I'd be canceled, and I would never fucking work again. You don't get to walk past somebody and be like, oh, that's nice, and pat them on their fucking private.
Now, when he said this story about a woman, first off, men can be assaulted in the same way that women can. He should have reported her as well as, he needs to report her just like he's reporting the guys, because it's not okay. But if you think that that kind of stuff doesn't happen, if you remember, I did a video about Tiffany Haddish a couple days ago. Time has been flying, but I did a video about Tiffany Haddish a couple days ago. And on that video, Vic Mensa actually talked about it. So this is what he said that Tiffany Haddish did to him. And it just reminded me of what Christian said. Women do it too. And they also need to be held accountable.
Damn, I don't know.
I don't know. That made me think about, should I tell him about when Tiffany Haddish sexually assaulted me?
That don't count, man.
It was funny.
That don't count.
Okay, look.
Do you hear other men saying it doesn't count? Why doesn't it count?
It's all good.
Here's what happened.
Okay.
I thought it was really fun.
This, if you want to see, this is who Vic Mensa is. I know all of you don't know, but Mike Tyson may not play about his channel. Even if I shared, and
she was smoking my thing, then she like grabbed for it, and I was like, man, hello.
You think about fucking her right there?
She was bad. I'm not gonna lie to you. She was bad. She was bad. She definitely was sexier in person than I would have thought. I'm smoking my cigarette. She tried to take it from me. Woo. Then I ended up talking to her. She was like telling me about how she wanted to do a rap album and she wanted me to write it for her. And then I'm like, cool. I'm like, that would actually be fun. Then she rapped one of the songs to me from her rap album, and it was something about like something about some dick. I don't really remember exactly what the words was, but as a parting like gesture, she just like reached down and like grabbed my nuts. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Whoa.
And I was like, I turned around. I thought it was, I was turned around to my homegirl. I was like, I think Tiffany Haddish just sexually assaulted me.
so you see it happens. You can always find that video. I think it was called Tiffany Haddish Assault and DUI Arrest. But yeah, it happens. And women can be just as guilty of it as men. And men need to come forward.
What I get to call my job is a blessing, and I love it, and I'm grateful to God about it. Nah, it absolutely wasn't Cheryl Pepsi Riley. Please don't do that. That's my heart. I love her to the moon back. She's a consummate professional. It was another project. It was a TV and film project, and she felt entitled to do that bullshit. Now, had I said something, and she was higher than me on the call sheet, they would have just wrote me out. I'd have died. I told you, Miguel. They wrote my character out and killed them off or whatever. And you're like, okay, boom, this is a series regular. I'm 1, 2, 3 on the call sheet. But that's not okay. It's not okay. Y'all wonder why I stay in my fucking dressing room while we on set. Because it's bullshit out there. And it's people that don't appreciate and aren't there to honor the opportunity that we have. They're just doing whatever they want to, whatever they feel entitled to. Imagine a man walking past a woman saying, I see that print poking through. I'm going to jail that very day. But she can do it and continue to work in this industry. And if I report her to the female executives that were on that particular show, it's gonna get swept under the rug because they'd already told me, Christian, just stand here and be pretty. Just stand here and look pretty. While I'm asking about certain things in the scene so I can make it make sense to me intellectually. Just stand there and be pretty. So of course I can't trust her. Pete, give me a minute. Chill out. I'm venting.
I don't know if he is his son or his brother.
Stand there and be pretty. That's that bullshit that men told women for decades. So why the entire fuck? Is that okay for you to say that to me when I'm asking you the history of a particular scene so I can make it make sense to me honestly here? So that way when the words exit my spirit, it's honest. A few people calling me right now because they're probably seeing this and they're wondering if I'm actually going to tip the can over, and I want to. I fucking want to so bad because I'm tired of carrying it. I'm tired of carrying and having to deal with the bully and the harassment. Years. Not 1, not 2, not 3, more. Years of sexual harassment and attempted sexual assault. And I want to air that shit out so bad. I'm having a night, clearly. Pretty boys deserve the same respect as the block button. Go fuck yourself. I'm a grown-ass man.
He did not like that. He does not like that. And I told you guys a little bit earlier, if you feel as though your outward appearance is what makes people, assault you or view you in a certain way, people might look at him and say, okay, attractive guy, actor, blah, blah, blah. But for him, he may not view himself in the same way. He might feel like you calling him a pretty boy is a put down to him or emasculates him like these men who have tried to harass him allegedly did. P's the brother. Okay.
Man, I'm 48. I know I'm not a pretty boy. Can you hear me now? Can you hear me? Hello? Can you hear me now? Okay, some people can hear me. Can you? Good. Yeah, it's not. Yeah, and if you know me, then you know I'm a grown man.
Oh, not Vivica. Y'all think Vivica was the one he was talking about who grabbed him?
So yeah, I needed to vent and get some of this out of my system because there's a vitriol that you carry when you deal with this, and there's a trauma that comes with it because you never know. Like, okay, is this meeting legit, or is this some bullshit? Is this another one of those meetings where you meet with a black billionaire businessman, and while my manager was there, everything is everything. I got my Kinko's presentation with the plastic cover on it. I pay good money on it. Good money. I'm running it down like you can invest in this, that, and the other. So my manager leaves. He moves into a conference room, and I'm like, okay, it's a conference room. I'm sketchy about this. Didn't realize that the doors on the side of the conference room right there.
Not Vivica, the suspect.
So about 8 or 10 minutes, I'm nervous enough. I'm like, okay, what the fuck? What is, okay, you changing? You got to use the bathrooms. And number two, cool. He comes back in silk pajamas, silk robe, right as they're delivering strawberries and champagne like this is Pretty Woman or a fucking date. Now, I'm like, wait, whoa, this ain't that. I'm not him, and this ain't that. I'd love for you to invest in my company. He probably should have, because he would own a piece of All the Queen's Men. The books I've already sold, the 6 or 8 books I'm about to release, all of that. He would have had a piece of all of that monetarily, but he didn't. He was.
See, as a man, people are, oh my God, why didn't you do this? Blah, blah, blah. Or, oh my God, you're just looking for a money grab. But what he just described is exactly what they have described from Weinstein. He would set up a meeting and you're talking to a billionaire. And so the billionaires meet whenever and wherever they want. So Weinstein would come out from the meeting or from the restroom in like a robe, and he would have his female leading ladies give him a massage, or he would try to make them give him a massage. What he just described is the same thing that a lot of other powerful rich men do to women. And I think because he's a man and people think, oh, maybe you could overpower them, it's still intimidation. It's still not right, whether he could fight them or not. But it's the exact same scenario that was described about Weinstein. You come out of the bathroom in your hotel or because a lot of these CEOs have restrooms, like really nice restrooms. They come out of their restroom in their office and they are disrobed or clothed like he's describing.
Thinking with his dick. And yeah, he came back in, grabbed a strawberry, sat down, and I was like, yeah, I'm leaving. You got my presentation, I'm going. He's like, are you sure? I said, yeah. Yes, I'm sure. I'm sure. He's like, are you sure? That second, are you sure, means if you don't stay and do what I want, you're not going to get what you're hoping for. Now, this particular guy's out here paying tuition for entire classes of HBCUs after this sketchy shit.
Somebody said, I do not believe Tyler was speaking from the Purple Couch, said, I do not believe Tyler was a billionaire during the time he stated he experienced this. I think he's talking about multiple people. I really believe he's talking about multiple people with this. And I also, look, I'll just show you. There are people who are investment people like Robert Smith, who did say he was going to pay for all of the HBCUs. Let me pull it up. There's Frank Butler who just did this. He said he was going to pay the tuition for all of these people at an HBCU. And then we also have Robert Smith, who we've been talking about pretty consistently. Billionaire who vowed to pay off student debt faces U.S. tax probe. Federal authorities have spent 4 years investigating whether Robert Smith failed to pay taxes on $200 million. We don't know who's in Christian's orbit, but there are billionaires. That was a context clue whomever was going to invest in him is a billionaire who paid off college tuitions for HBCUs. I couldn't particularly find a situation where Tyler Perry decided he would pay off everybody's tuition, but he did team up with Jeff Bezos. Jeff Bezos, Tyler Perry pay it forward, and young people in South Florida are the winners. I think Tyler gave like 100,000 and Jeff Bezos gave like maybe a few million to those people, but it's multiple people. He's giving us context clues. He's just not telling us who they are. And I do think he's talking about multiple men, not just one.
I want to air him out too. I'm just tired of carrying this bullshit with me. I'm tired. There are wolves in the henhouse. And yeah, it's disappointing because you're like, okay, well, I want to learn from this person, or I want to learn from this person, or maybe partner with this person over here because he's invested in black companies, not knowing that he's a predator. And this person who's supposed to be your mentor is the worst predator of all. It's got to come out at some point. So you carry shit and it gets heavy. I'm going to call my brother back. I'm so fucking close to tipping the glass over and just letting the marbles roll wherever they go because I'm tired of carrying it. And it would be easier to just file that police report, name that person for attempted sexual assault, name that person for sexual harassment for years, turn over the evidence, and then let the world hear him offer me $100 grand to take my clothes off. Thank God he made me the way I am. And I could say, no, I was broke as fuck. And I tell you, I would have loved that $100 grand. I wouldn't finna sell my soul. Oh, wow. Warriors. You talking about the basketball game? Let me go ahead and get you this black buddy. You fight that warrior. I'm gonna log off before I spill this shit, man, and fuck up y'all year. Fuck up 2024.
So Byron Allen, I told you guys, I do deep dives. The reason I didn't put Byron Allen, hold on, let me turn this off. The reason I didn't put Byron Allen in the billionaire category of someone who just gave, scholarships away is because I couldn't find anything about him doing that. The only thing I could see that he did with HBCUs was he teamed up. And he's going to be providing, cable service and high-speed internet. He got a 10-year deal with HBCU sports streaming platform and CIA. So I couldn't see anywhere where he actually donated money, but I do see where, he is connected to HBCUs, but not in the terms of like scholarships, like he just said. So, I like to give you guys, we deep dive around here. We got like 3,600 people watching. I don't know where we are on likes, but go ahead and hit that like button. It's a free way to support the channel. And if you're new to the channel, subscribe. I got a Diddy story that is exclusive that hopefully can come out tomorrow. And I still have a Brother Bilal story that I have to run. So it's a lot. It's a lot going on in a lot of different places. Everything is moving fast.
But this conversation is going to happen. I'm going to head down there. I've already been down to I stopped in the parking lot once, and the other time I made it into the lobby of the police station to file it. And my computer with me and all the recordings. Like I said, when the sexual harassment started, I carried a keychain. I carried multiple pens. Sometimes they only lasted 3 or 4 hours. Sometimes you had to put like a AAA battery in them. But you can hear these offers from the person who made the offer. And I suggest that too. That's why I'm cautious too when people email my manager or my booking agent or whoever, like, hey, I want Christian to be my mentor. I'm afraid to mentor anybody. On set, if we're working on a project together, or you're working on a project I created, ask me what you want to ask me. But individually, separately, I'm afraid because of the bullshit that I had to deal with. And you got these predators still running around, still fucking over people, still screwing people over. And at some point soon, I'm gonna air this shit out. You just gotta ask yourself, are you ready?
Somebody,
deified.
Y'all know how my mind works. And I'm already on Diddy. Somebody said, well, Diddy did something with HBCUs. Diddy donated $2 million to HBCU sports programs and a literacy fund, but I don't think that he did college scholarships per se, like Christian just said.
I said what I have with recordings. You said don't say what you have with. I have all of it, layered and stacked and proof. You're allowed to record yourself when you feel unsafe. I have all of it. I have all of the inappropriate moments and offers and bullshit. I'm not sorry. Don't say that. I'm with the shit. I'm tired of carrying it. I saw what they did to Terry Crews when he didn't say anything. And yeah, like that doesn't make it comfortable for you to be like, man, I really want to tell the truth about this because I'm sure.
Okay. So it says, wow, I want to know why insinuate Tyler if there's no clear proof here. This could ruin lives even if it says allegedly. So T-Love, we kind of went over that initially at the beginning of the film. I mean, at the beginning of the live. he is not saying Tyler Perry. So not saying Tyler Perry in a situation where Tyler Perry is one of the Black billionaires that you have worked with for the decade and a half. He used very specific language. He said, this has been going on for a decade and a half, which would be about the time that he started working on a Tyler Perry production. We are not saying it's Tyler Perry. I mean, I know people in the chat, but the insinuation is a billionaire who you have connection to and ties to, and you're not saying it's a billionaire that you're in good standing with, and everybody knows of his connection to Tyler Perry. So it's a lot, but that's why it's an issue, because he did not say Tyler Perry. It's what he's not saying that's speaking volumes.
Sure, this person is still out here doing the same thing, and if not, what has he done over the last 15 years? Excuse me, I usually sneeze. Sorry, I have allergies. I usually sneeze twice. What has this person done over the years with other people? When he's on recording, talking about how he's got multiple guys on payroll for 6 figures a year that pop up and hold their ankles. This conversation is going to have to happen. And the drop off at the police station is going to have to happen. And y'all going to be disappointed. And
you can have a difference of opinion around here. I like when y'all have a difference of opinion. I like it when y'all try to, keep me honest. I say it all the time, and you did it in a respectful way, so you're always welcome here.
A lot of y'all are going to be like, man, no, not him. Yeah, him. And I can be on the news taking a polygraph, which I would gladly. And I'll pass everyone. And some of y'all still won't believe it. Stop deifying these entertainers. We just human. But some of us are a little more human than others. And some of us actually give a fuck about the people that we work with, the people that we affect, the people that we have an opportunity to create an opportunity for. I love the fact that God let me create a show, and there's 150 or 200 people working every single season. That lets me know I'm in my purpose. I don't love the fact that he sat back and let me go through that mess, but I appreciate the fact that he built me strong enough to pass on those opportunities to sell my soul or a body part. Take the scenic route. Take the long way around. I'm gonna have to air these recordings and this information out soon, because I'm tired of carrying it, man. It's heavy. And I just want to create great shit and great opportunities, and I want beautiful people, women and men, to be able to show up on set and not feel like they got to do something to earn their spot. You're talented and you work hard. You already earned your spot. Where I learned from the bullshit was walk away from anything that doesn't serve you or anything that's going to cost me my spirit and my soul. And it's not easy, but it's possible. It's doable. It's possible. Walk away. Godfrey, I appreciate you, brother, man. Most people who know me don't even know most of this shit. It's like 5 people on earth know the stuff that I dealt with. I told my mother, my grandmother, I told my oldest brother, who's in here somewhere, he's trying to make sure I don't jump off the side of the mountain and tell everything. I want to so fucking bad because I'm tired of carrying it. No, this too shall not pass. This person has done this for person after person after person. This too shall not pass. It needs to be addressed. So, yeah, this conversation is going to happen. It's going to happen soon. Just trying to figure out when, but it needs to happen. Like I said, you don't have to believe me. You can hear this person in his very distinctive voice. Once the sexual harassment starts, I have kept one of these on me. It's a recording. I've kept one on my for 18 years. So it's time. I'm tired. I'm tired of carrying that around. I feel like like 2 additional 45-pound plates that I don't need to carry. I'm tired. So I'm gonna call my brother, ease his mind, because I know he's worried. I'm about to air it out over here. I was thinking, and my spirit was uneasy, and I'm tired, man. I'm tired. Yeah, some of your heroes, some of your very heroes, are taking advantage of people, and I'm grateful to learn that lesson, because that way, when I'm in a space to where I'm the boss and I'm making decisions, and I'm an executive producer now on my show, I can go around and make sure that everybody gets a handshake, a dap, a fist bump, or a church hug, but nobody feels like I felt. I can make sure of that. And it's please and thank you. Yes, please. And thank you. All everybody gets treated like the CEO. Being treated like somebody's goal of a piece of ass. Somebody pretending to be your friend, pretending to be a mentor or an older brother figure, when ultimately their goal was just some ass. That shows you how not to be when you're in charge. So I'm grateful for those lessons learned. We're gonna continue this conversation, and we're gonna continue it soon. I'm tired of carrying this. And I know there's others. I feel bad for those dudes that actually said yes. I'll hit you, Miguel. I'll hit you after I hit my brother. I feel bad for them because they fell for the pressure. They fell for the opportunity. They're somewhere, working a low-end job, and somebody comes in with this money, and they're like, okay, well, maybe just this once. I guarantee you, there's a bunch of them that are gonna come out. But I'm glad I didn't sell my soul or my ass. I deserve to be here. I earned it. I wrote it. I showed up on these shows and was professional and punctual and prepared and treated everybody there like the CEO. Yes, please. And thank you. Thank you. Thank you very much. Everything. Because I'm not as a facade. I'm grateful to be here. I love what I do. But when they poison the well with this bullshit, man. One of the biggest reasons I never wanted to say anything is because I didn't want to.
I'm on Instagram. He's not live.
I didn't want to be the person that said that your hero, such and such, sexually harassed me for years and tried to sexually assault me.
He's not live. I'm on Instagram right now. Tyler Perry is not live.
We're going to continue this conversation at some point soon. It's got to happen. So, but it's traumatic when you deal with that bullshit for years of that bullshit, years of pressure, years of intimidation, years of sideways comments and insults, and everybody else getting a raise, everybody else getting a vacation, everybody else getting to be a part of this new show or this new thing, but because you ain't playing ball, literally and figuratively. I hear you, KG. I'm signing off. I've done enough. I'm tiptoeing on the fucking edge. It's Dirty Diana. I'm leaning over. I'm gonna go, y'all, before I say too much. But yeah, no, I'm not. Thank you, God, for not making me the kind of man that's gonna fuck his way to the middle. Thank you. Thank you for standing back and letting both of us see who I am and who you built. I'm gonna keep making shows and keep making films and make sure that people on my productions aren't sexually harassed and bullied and intimidated, and they don't have to deal with attempted sexual assault or inappropriate bullshit. I got you. Thank you for making me the way you make me. I'm gonna go because I'm gonna say some shit. I just pray, but you know me. You call my brother and I'm gonna call McGill and check in KG. Love and appreciate y'all, man. This shit just gets heavy sometimes. Life be lifing. But you carry something like this, and then you got to deal with somebody, and they floating in your face, gloating about this or that or this or that. Like, motherfucker, you do remember, you do know the terror that you exacted upon me and multiple people for fucking years. I'm skate. But it's conversation is gonna be had. You just gotta figure out if you're gonna accept the truth about one of your deities or not, because it's the truth. And if I take a polygraph on TV in front of you, you'll know it. And if you hear him offering me inappropriate opportunities, you'll know it. And if you choose not to believe it, then it's on you. But it's got to be dealt with. It's time. I love and appreciate y'all. Get out of here before I actually split.
Okay, so I'm looking. He's not live on YouTube. Yeah, no, he's not live on YouTube. But that's what this man had to say, and I believe him. Fifi says, one party consent is applicable. The person recording is a party of one. Love your content, ma'am. Thank you, Fifi. I appreciate you. Deshanay Williams says he was in a situation like the sweetest baths thing. What's the sweetest baths thing? I don't know about that. Okay, so again, whoever was trying to tell me that Tyler Perry is live, I do not see anywhere on Instagram or YouTube that he's live. So put it in the chat real quick. Okay. So no, thank you. Not on YouTube, not on Insta. They're not live. Now, nobody's going to go to Facebook to go live. Let's see. But I'll check for y'all. I'll let you guys know how this goes. I'm surprising a straight shooter in about an hour and a half. So I'm on Tyler Perry's Facebook. He is not live, y'all. So he's not live anywhere. And if I'm starting to know the way YouTube works now. If you see anything where you see right away somebody says Tyler Perry has responded to Christian Keys, I do not think that Tyler will respond to this. First, Christian Keys did not name him. We don't know technically who this is. Let's start there. Tyler Perry is worth $1 billion, and he would not want to associate his name with something where this man already did not say it wasn't him. So just FYI, just the way YouTube works, the way my mind works, I would already know that's probably not the truth. Deshaunay Williams says similar. I mean, where they have them uncomfortable. Oh, kind of like the casting couch situations where you don't get the job if you don't do what we want you to do. I could definitely see that. But remember that boy I showed you, the one who went into his thing? Don't he kind of look like Tyler LePay? The guy who broke into his office? He kind of looks like Tyler LePay to me. I could be wrong, but anyway, we don't know if it's Tyler Perry. We do know that Tyler Perry has a history of working with Christian Keys. If it's not Tyler Perry, then I think Christian has done a disservice not saying it's not Tyler Perry. Because, you know, people are going to automatically assume it's the people that you have in your orbit. So we will see. I'm going to keep you guys posted with all of this. To any victim who, you know, might be scared of coming forward, don't be scared. It's a new day. It's a new age. People are not going into 2024 not speaking their truths. So, look, I have that Diddy story. I will definitely be doing that. You guys asked me to read more of Erica Kennedy's book, Bling. I'll be doing that, but sometimes I got to sleep. So I'm going to see you guys later. If anything else comes out, I will be all over it. Y'all know how I do. If you are not subscribed, definitely subscribe to the channel. We do these kind of breakdowns. We do open panels. And again, that Diddy story it's exclusive. Nobody else has it. So have a good day, y'all. I got to surprise that straight shooter. I'm going to let y'all know how that goes. Have a good one, y'all.